No, I think it's so many to be uncountable, so many that it is uncountable. Um, that is, it's outside of ordinary comprehension. I have made countless mistakes. Yes. There's so many, but books, something like you couldn't say countless books because um, how many books can you read in a year? Maybe 30 or 40 books a year, right? If you're reading all the time, in between all your other activities, it's countable. It's very countable. Um, w- yeah, countless mistakes. Yeah, I have made countless mistakes in my life.
but not countless number of mistakes.
I have made a countless number of mistakes. Yeah,
Okay.
you could say that.
What about this word?
No, I think because courage isn't really countable to begin with. Um, so it has to be something that can be individuated and then counted. So you could, in principle, count the number of stories because they're the way that stories, but you couldn't count, um, you can't count courage. Sent countless emails. I've sent a countless number of emails. Yep. So prominent would just imply that it was the most visible or even dominant, that it was the most um, widely adopted um, or even the highest profile publicly. But I think that what they're saying is that that's actually not the case. So the contrast is between what is prominent, which is to go for monolingual education, and what is effective, which is to go for bilingual. Because I guess it doesn't make sense in the context of it. Um, Important. It means high profile or having the most visible. It's important in that sense. It's pronounced or visible rather than important as in significant. And visible, very visible. So visible, but also, um, yeah, so it would probably be both. It'd be someone who represented that family. Um, that is, they had a say over what they did, but they were also visible. Mm. Yeah, so yeah, it stands out, it's noticeable, it's more pronounced. Yeah, so it's slightly different to an object. An object, it would be about it being visible and accessible. Um, Whereas if you had a prominent position at a university, it would be about being visible but also important in some way. Um, but yeah, so a vice chancellor is prominent. Yeah. Um, okay, so a vice chancellor is like the chief executive. Um, but there is a ceremonial role of chancellor, which is um, which is higher, but it's a traditional role. It's not the actual person in charge. And then there's also there's like a university senate and a which is like a board. So there are people that the vice chancellor is accountable to, and also accountable to the minister. Um, yeah. Okay, so one of them is about frequency, but one of them is about the quality of that. Um, I think consistency, it doesn't have to be happening all the time, but it happens regularly enough to form a pattern. Whereas constantly would be it's literally constant. They're always doing it. So what this allows is that they may not outperform their peers all the time in every single case, but over an aggregate or an average, they're consistently doing it. Yeah, so consistency and constancy. Constant is like there is no gap, but consistency is like there's regularity. Yeah, we can. Raise student scores, increase student scores,
Increase. Okay, let me
improve.
improve. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, instead of this one, we can say increase or improve.